Fascinating. Mind experiment.
It's no sleep, baby.
Hello, folks.
Hello.
Welcome to No Sleep, the podcast.
Good
A
to
lovely
be here.
lovely comedy podcast. I am AJ Simmons, 1/3 of your comedy trio this evening. I'm going to do a couple jokes to get us started.
Jokey jokes.
A couple jokey jokes. First one, if the song Hey There, Delilah was like happening in the real world, I think it'd go something like this. Hey there, Delilah. What's it like in New York City? Oh, you're too good to respond? Whatever, bitch. You up? That's how that song would go in real life.
Yeah.
Hey there, Delilah. Here's a picture of my dick and the end.
One more for you. I like the term sex worker because it makes me think of someone putting on a hard hat, lunch pail, and like a thermos of coffee heading into the factory to suck some dick, you know?
Yeah, yep.
I like that.
It's a blue collar job.
Yep.
That's right.
Heading into the old cum mines.
And that will be it for me, Shiloh.
Let's see, guys. I got a bunch of stuff written down. Not one as a joke. But AJ helped me out with one, so I got one joke. I don't know if you want me to. I'll drop this throughout the podcast. How about I won't do it all up front here? How about that?
Sounds
Fair.
good.
Yes. Okay. Let's see. I think I gotta stop. I gotta stop. I gotta stop burping and farting in front of my girls, guys, because they're gonna grow up to be a couple of gross ladies. Because the fart doesn't fall too far from the butt. You're welcome. Credit to AJ for that one. No big deal. The writer of the group. Let's see. I'll tell you one more thing. Here's a thing I was thinking that I genuinely think sometimes that, oh man, I worry that my if my kids don't go through struggles the way I do, they're going to grow up to be lame the way I did. They're going to grow up and be super lame. And I was like, yeah, man, because I had to struggle. And I had a lot of tragedy in my life. But look at me now, being a fucking loser. Who cares? I'm like, what am I talking about? I want to grow up to be an open micer that delivers beer. Good for you, girls. You really made it.
Yeah. Made daddy proud.
yeah. Because I'm such a success with all my tragedy. Mm-hmm. My tragic background has really helped me in this world, you guys. I do. Sometimes I get recognized delivering beer, but not for podcasting because I'm at bars I used to frequent delivering beer. Right. And whenever anyone at a bar, well, I shouldn't say whenever, but like 85% of the time, somebody will, hey, Joel. And I'm like, hey. I have no fucking idea who it is. Mm-hmm. Period. I'm like, hey person. I bet I met you a bunch of times here. Yeah. And I got nothing. Nice to see you again.
Like,
see
oh yeah,
later.
we'd have long 4-hour-long talks when you come in.
yeah. Oh, I bet they were good.
Yeah.
See you later, sport.
You told me all about your tragic history and
yeah.
how it made you into the man you are today.
Yeah. So, but I do recognize them sometimes. I don't want everybody out there to. Anyway,
I don't want to single anyone out.
Not out there big timing everyone.
No.
Yeah. Cut to Alex.
Yes, sir.
Let's see. I think I heard a good street joke today. There's a joke about Oedipus meeting King Midas. I can't remember how it goes, but that joke was motherfucking gold. It's a thinker.
It was. I genuinely had to. I was like, what? Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Motherfucking gold.
That'll be a clip for sure.
Yeah. It'd be right after the fart falling from the butt. It's going to be
solid.
Clip-a-palooza.
Solid gold.
Yeah, 2 heaters back to back. Speaking of heaters, it was a beautiful day. How was your Monday, fellas?
Mine was good. Pretty darn. Just had to drive a long ways and not deliver that much stuff. It's my kind of day.
Yeah. How about you, Alex? Can you speak on it?
It was good. It was a productive day. I made about 75 gallons of ice cream and deep cleaned the kitchen.
God damn. Which one?
Valley Junction, baby.
Oh,
You must be loving it. Because his kitchen's way bigger now.
Yeah.
Yes, it is. Yes, deep cleaning that kitchen is a much easier affair than the other one.
Yeah.
That's nice. Just more surface, but
solid new surfaces.
Gotcha.
Old surfaces are
tough.
you can only get them so clean, and then you have to stop because then you're like
Removing it.
then it's like no longer like stable.
Yeah, this is no longer a surface.
Yeah, right. That's exactly right.
I've washed the floor away.
God damn. Has it truly started getting busy now that it's been real nice?
This weekend was a big bump up because it's been. I mean, here in Iowa, the last 2 weeks have been cloudy and cool. And it just hasn't been, it's been like 55 degrees for 2 weeks. So this weekend, though, the sun came out and it was nice. And there was a noticeable uptick.
Nice.
For sure.
Drake's graduation Sunday.
Oh, is that what? Oh, really?
Yeah, we should make
Yeah, we haven't done a good job of keeping our calendar of events for the shop up to date. I didn't even know that Sunday was the Drake graduation. So, of course, all the families come. And on Saturday, I didn't realize that there is a Cinco de Mayo festival in the streets of Valley Junction. Oh, shit. Wish I would have known that. Because
it's Trace de Mayo.
Right.
What the hell's going on?
We went to the UFC, as we'll get into, I'm sure, but the UFC was a long event. It didn't get over till midnight.
Oh.
And about 9 o'clock, I was getting texts from my employees. I'm like, I'm going to have to go make ice cream as soon as this is done.
Yeah, oh boy.
Or was it, I'm going to have to go make some ice cream
I
off of $15 beers?
Yeah.
Shit face.
We call this one Dusty Vanilla.
Yeah. I made chocolate. I made vanilla. I made vanilla chocolate swirl. No.
This one's booze puke flavor. So that's good.
This one is Bud Light breath.
You got in there. And that's what an owner does. You're the last line of defense.
I am for my own stupidity. It's not a good position to have.
Your own worst enemy.
Yes.
I relate to that. I had a little Charlie Kaufman double feature for myself last night. I
Oh,
watched
boy.
Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless
Nice.
Mind, which I had seen before. I liked it more than the last time I saw it. It'd been at least like 10 or 15 years, but like it, kind of sad,
Yeah. A little melancholy.
a little
for sure.
melancholy. Cool to see Jim Carrey in something like that. A little different for him. But then I finally watched Adaptation.
Oh, nice.
I tried it. I rented it from Family Video in high school. Got about 15 minutes in, and I was like, I don't get it,
Yeah.
and just shut it off.
Really?
Yeah,
Oh, wow.
I think it was just
Who's
not.
an adaptation?
Nicolas Cage.
He plays two brothers, twins,
Yeah.
and Meryl Streep.
Yeah. The guy.
He plays Meryl Streep.
Yeah,
Wow. That guy can
you got to
do
see
anything.
this.
Chris Cooper.
Yes, Chris Cooper with no front teeth.
Yeah. Directed by Spike Jones.
That is right. And I really liked it. Much like Punch Drunk Love, which I also tried to watch in high school, and I also didn't get it.
Yeah.
This time around, I was like, I've never related to a character more.
Yeah,
Right.
those are
than Nicolas
movies.
Cage in that.
Well, and then his brother is writing these just schlocky, stupid movies, and they're
Selling for
green
seven
lighting them.
figures.
Yeah.
But it's like throughout the thing, because he's basically, it's a movie about him trying to write a screenplay.
Yeah.
Like he's actually, Charlie Kaufman is the main character,
Yep.
named Charlie Kaufman, all that. But throughout it, he's like, I'm fat, I'm balding, creative writer's block. My brother's getting all this shit done. And I was like, that's pretty much my life right now. Kind of. I'm fighting. I'm already bald now,
shit.
but fighting the fatness. And my younger brother has usurped me. He's doing really well.
Son of a bitch.
I know. I'm supposed to be, like the
You're
beacon.
doing well.
Yeah.
In a different,
He had a boat for a while though.
Oh, nobody.
Yeah.
They say the 2 favorite days in a boat owner's life are the day he buys the boat and the day he sells the boat.
I think he had a total for about 4 months.
Yeah.
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 Boat ownership.
I've
is-
always wanted a boat, but then
But we talked about the
you hear those
houseboat
stories.
living. Even.
That's right.
I mean, it's the boat life does seem kind of good.
Yeah. But
A lot
I don't
of
think it
upkeep.
is. Yeah.
Got to have a slip or whatever, place to park it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I related a lot to the movie. And I thought it was really
Yeah.
good.
I haven't seen it in a long time.
I would recommend a
Yeah.
rewatch. And considering how basically the first 80% of the movie plays out, the ending is pretty surprising. How much it ramps up.
Right.
I don't want to give away too much, but
I never saw it.
I remember the cover art always having a big impact on me. It's like the broken potted plant on its side with Nicolas
yeah.
Cage's face on it.
Yeah.
Because I was already a big
Adaptation.
Nick Cage fan
Yeah.
at that point. And I
It's kind of, I mean, it's a pretty meta movie too.
that's what I'm talking about,
It's meta that he's a character in the movie, and then it's kind of meta within the movie. Because in real life, I don't think he doesn't have a twin brother. I don't think.
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, and like I don't know. It's kind of, and they're trying to make a movie in the movie.
Yes.
Yeah.
Even like John Malkovich is in it, like right in the very beginning, and they're showing being John Malkovich
Yeah.
being shot.
Yep.
So yeah, it's very, very like meta on
Yeah.
meta within it.
Yep.
But it's cool though. I mean, it's impressive to take which I guess was truly a writer's block. Like he was commissioned to write a treatment for the Orchid Thief.
Yeah.
And he really was struggling with it, and thus this movie got written of
Right.
him
Born out of
struggling.
it.
Yeah, that's a pretty interesting way to do it.
Absolutely.
The old turn the tables on them.
Did that win?
Yeah.
Did that win the Oscar?
It did.
Yeah.
Did it? Yeah, I thought so.
It's yeah. With Charlie Kaufman, interesting.
What's the
cat.
last thing he's done, Charlie Kaufman?
When I looked it up, because now these were all movies that he did not direct, like the ones that people
Right.
kind of know him for, like Eternal Sunshine. He didn't direct either.
He did. Did he do Anomalisa?
Yeah, there's like the last 4 of his have been written, directed by him,
Yeah.
and I haven't heard much about him.
There was one with like puppets, like marionette. Like
Team America.
it's called Anomalisa. I've never seen it, but
I like puppets.
yeah, that's all I have to say about that.
It's I would recommend giving it a watch.
Yeah,
There's nothing funny about that, I guess. You
No.
know, that's just an AJ hot tip.
yeah. We don't have to be funny all the time. If
Yeah.
we did, they'd cancel our podcast.
That's right.
That's what happened.
But two good movies. I haven't seen any of his other shit, but
Yeah,
Charlie Kaufman, all right by me.
yeah. Write some pretty crazy shit. I went to a kite festival this weekend in Johnston.
Okay.
There's a lot of humongous kites. I really wasn't all that interested in the kites because once you look at a kite flying, you're kind of like,
There it is.
yep, it's flying.
Look at it go.
And if you're not flying it, you're kind of like, okay. There were some big ones. It was kind of cool though. But the highlight of that for me was an announcer coming on over the PA system. He's like, hey, we've got Gus here at the DJ booth, and he would love to see his parents. What? That's how they announced that. It was fucking
Gus
crazy.
is 43 years old.
I was gonna say it's a middle-aged man. Just like,
Just looking for his parents.
yeah. You haven't seen him in many years.
Yeah, that was enjoyable.
You ever see that video from one of those kite festivals? I feel like maybe it was in China, and they had those big dragon ones. You know,
Yeah,
they're huge.
Yeah.
And like some kid got wound up in a line, and the wind took the.
Oh yeah,
The kid flew into the air, hanging onto like a kite
Yeah.
string. They had to
Shit.
reel him in.
that's crazy. I remember the America's Funniest Videos long ago in the 80s when a dude had like some kind of kite, or it was a bunch of kites like stacked on each other. It was like a fat guy on the beach, and he kept going up like 10 feet and then getting done, like landing on his ass. And, like, oh, and he was trying to hang on to his kites. I remember that one. That would have been cool to see. I wish that would have been happening. She would have loved it.
Yeah. Shiloh, bring that clip up.
Yeah.
That would be scary. Being taken off.
Hell
by-
yeah.
Like, wow. You're 100 feet in the air. Like,
Yeah.
At that point, you're like praying you stay tangled in them.
Right.
Yeah, at first you're like, no. Then you're like, oh, I'm 25 feet up. I can't
That
fall.
is crazy. I'm going to Google that when I get home.
And like a flock of pelicans comes and starts
Yeah.
attacking the kid.
Here's a.
Kite festival sounds like fun though.
It's fun. We went last year, kind of the same where, you can't keep a kid that interested in watching kites for that long. There was a nice playground, but it was so packed that we left.
And everybody was saying the N word.
Yeah, we got out of there real quick.
This keeps happening to me.
It's with these playgrounds.
Right before the podcast, Everly had gymnastics. I was at home watching the baby, and she needed a bath. She got food in her hair at school, at daycare today.
Of course.
And she just had tubes put in her ears last week. So I have to put little earplugs in. And the last time I gave her a bath with the earplugs, one of them came out and they're teeny tiny. I was like, oh shit, I hope she didn't, whatever. But this time I get her out of the tub, I dry her head. One of them comes out. I was like, where did that? Oh no, where did it go? She's not having a good time. She's like, ah. I was like, geez, you're in a bad mood. So I take her back. I got to put diapers on her. And she's screaming, and then I look, I'm like, oh shit, where's the other earplug? Oh God. And then I see the baby, screaming baby, going, I was like, oh no. She grabbed it, popped it out of her ear, put it right in her mouth. Oh. And I'm at home alone with a freaking out baby, trying to put my fingers in the mouth of this baby. I was like, oh my God. I was freaking out. Yeah. Trying to, and the more I tried to put my finger in her mouth, she was like, I was like, oh my God. But then she really started screaming, and then I could get my finger in there. Okay.
Yeah.
And I got it out of there. I was like, oh, I don't know what. Do you probably just let it pass, I suppose, if she ate it?
Yeah.
Is that what you do? Or do you go to the doctor? I'm very relieved
gets it down,
she did not swallow it. yeah.
I don't know. I don't know.
Because I was sure she was going to. So that was exciting. And I was like, whoa, fuck. And trying to like get it out of her mouth. I was really freaking out for a minute.
You spend a lot of time just trying to keep your baby alive.
Yes, you do.
Like, please, baby.
That's the whole job.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just stay alive. Quit doing these things.
Yes. And they spend a lot of time trying to kill themselves.
Yeah, I mean, there's a classic story. I was young enough to be in one of those.
Oh boy.
It's like a stationary thing that you're bouncing in, but there's wheels on the bottom too. You know, so you're kind of.
Oh, yeah.
You can kind of scoot it around, but the baby's in the middle, like a little UFO kind of thing almost. I guess I was in one of those, bouncing around in the kitchen, and at my grandparents' place at the time, the stairs to the basement were like right next to the kitchen.
Yeah.
So I guess they were like playing cards, probably drunk.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Smoking inside, blowing it in my face.
Yeah, it's good for him. Put a little hair on his chest.
It was 93, I would guess.
Put a little hair in his lungs.
Yeah, exactly. But I guess I was just bouncing along. They didn't notice, and I just took a hot one down those stairs.
Oh, yeah, buddy.
Yeah.
That is such a common story, though. It's so fucked up.
I came out great, man. I didn't feel shit.
Didn't get any brain damage at all.
No. I guess my mom said that was like the only time she'd ever seen my grandpa, her dad, like actually kind of scared.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, because he was like an old Korean War vet, like hard ass guy, smoking cools and stuff.
Smoking cools.
Yeah.
Weird.
Cools with a K.
Yeah.
Yeah. And he always had like catfish bait in his it was like some big boat of a car. It must have been like a very late 70s.
Yeah.
Big, like everything made out of steel kind of car.
Yeah.
And he loved catfishing. So like anytime you get in the car, just open baits, like sitting around, just and catfish bait is like the stinkiest of all baits.
He loved getting on the computer and being like, I'm 18 years old. I'd love to go on a date. I got double D's.
Yeah. And he's talking to me on a different computer. I'm like, you sound hot. on a Nickelodeon chat room somewhere. Yeah, but I did survive.
Nice.
As far as I know. Unless this is heaven, which it could be.
Hey, you landed in the right place.
Yeah, with you three here, it very well might be.
Could be.
You got something on that phone you were about to say?
I got a bunch of stuff that doesn't have anything to do with anything, but
That's okay.
in Davenport last week, I was driving. I'm curious, but what you guys think of this. I don't know if it'll spark a conversation, but anyway, I saw two guys standing at a corner, clearly together, and they were both holding up big signs. And one guy's sign, I see it says "Stop and Talk." I was like, "Oh, that's a nice sign. Stop and talk."
No, it's
And then the other one said, "Flee to Jesus from the wrath that is to come." I was like, I feel like if that's what we're doing, we shouldn't have time to stop and talk.
it's got to be one of those. It can't be both.
Yeah. If I'm
can't
fleeing to
flee.
Jesus,
Yeah.
I can't stop and talk. I'm fleeing.
I'm fleeing the wrath.
Yeah,
know if you heard.
exactly.
It's about to come.
Yeah.
That's what I heard.
Yes.
I actually can't come into work today. I'm fleeing the wrath of Jesus.
Yes.
I don't know if you heard, but
Yeah.
it's coming.
I would stop to talk, but I don't have time.
Yeah. I feel like Jesus would be like, I'd be like, yo, Jesus, can't you stop this wrath that is to come?
Nah, dog.
Oh, well then you're
Put
not
in
as
a
great as
word
I thought you were. Yeah.
So they were together and
They were together.
okay.
Yes.
They weren't like competing signs.
No, because at first I was like, yeah, no, they were definitely together. Stop and talk, flee to Jesus from the wrath that is to come. I was like, I don't feel as much like talking anymore. Once I read that second sign,
Did you see anyone in their
I
proximity?
did not.
Yeah.
No, nobody.
The sign holders that I come across on the way home every day from work, they've been it's always someone different too. Like
Yeah.
clearly like there's a shift or something. I don't know. But they've been getting funny with their signs. Usually it's like homeless, anything helps. And you're like, of course, sure. But this lady was there the other day and she had a sign that said, "Too fat to strip." And I'm like, maybe, I don't know. What are you doing?
Yeah, have you ever heard that old Chris Rock
Well, sense
bit?
of humor about it.
Yeah,
though.
I
That's
know.
kinda-
I know. Like I guess.
That is the old Chris Rock bit. Is if a homeless person has a funny sign, they haven't been homeless very long.
Yeah, you just articulated what something was happening in my brain where I'm like, I don't think no.
Yeah.
That's it.
That's not
Yeah.
full desperation.
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
It's a good Chris Rock bit.
That is. It is.
Well, you talking about those signs that they were holding. There's a lot of church little like movie marquee that they have out front.
Yeah.
That have a lot of kind of foreboding.
Yeah.
They're a little like ominous and vaguely threatening at times.
Yeah.
You're like, I don't know if this is like if I was like a dating expert or something, I'd be like, you're bringing a bad vibe.
Yeah. Why would I want to go here?
Like a hookup artist or
exactly. Exactly. I'd be swiping left on all those churches.
Yeah.
Which I already am.
Is
I
this
guess.
church run by a guy named Mystery?
Yeah.
Wasn't that his name? The pickup artist guy? Was his name Mystery?
Oh,
Mystery.
God. I don't know. I didn't know his name, Alex.
Yeah. Alex studied under him for a while.
Alex studied.
I
under
downloaded all of his
Mystery.
ebooks.
Yes.
I got all up on it. Yeah.
His ebook.
Uh,
I paid $40 for a PDF one time.
we went to the UFC fights.
We sure did.
Boy, oh boy,
UFC Fight Night in Des Moines, Iowa.
it's a big deal for old Des Moines, Iowa.
Very big.
So many dudes. Here, this could be their tagline. So many dudes. We have to change the women's bathrooms to men's bathrooms.
It was crazy.
Yeah.
Like Angela was with me and she's like, I don't think I've ever been anywhere where it's like we're in an arena full of men, basically.
Yeah.
I'm like, you're right. And like hearing all the things around us, it's like, yeah, we are in a arena full of men right now.
And there was a handful of ladies that looking hot in their hoochie mama bests. And I was like, there ain't no way any of these ladies are single. And not a chance.
And here is not the place to find out.
No.
Yeah, you could feel
Yeah.
every single person, like you're just walking through the hallways, every person sort of like sizing each other
Yeah.
up. A lot of that kind of walking. Tough toddler.
Silliness.
Kind of walk. Yeah.
Yeah.
Very, very.
Yeah.
Well, and it was hilarious. Because Toll, Sam, Dom, and I were in one section. Alex obviously was with Angela in a different section, but in our section throughout the entire night, which I think as we mentioned earlier, was roughly 6 hours of entertainment.
Sure was.
It was long.
Six
was
to
long.
midnight.
And I'm a diehard fan of the UFC, and I was like,
Can someone please knock someone out?
yes.
That was a little. I was
You
like,
realize
come
how
on
fussy
now.
you get in person. Because
Yeah.
at home, you're like, you can go take a piss, you like whatever. You can kind of do what you want.
Yeah, I was.
Put some
and
popcorn in the
I had a good
microwave.
time, and it was very cool to watch. But I left there thinking, there's literally not a single thing on earth I want to do for more than 5 hours
Yeah.
straight.
Yeah.
I don't think there's one. I was like, hang out with my family at home, but that's just like you're doing different stuff.
Yeah.
You know, or you're just
casual.
watching, you're just vegging out, watching TV.
Yeah.
You go eat and stuff. But I was surprised at the. They were just letting people, like, I was a little worried because I was vaping in there the whole time.
Of course.
I was like, are they gonna? Everyone was
Yeah.
vaping.
And I was vaping by proxy.
Yeah. 50% of the place was like,
Yeah.
all around us, in front of us, behind. I was like, oh, cool.
Didn't smell any weed go off, though. I thought I'd get a little.
Not full blown.
Whoa.
And the
not full
nosebleeds were
blown.
there.
Oh yeah, yeah. There's these 3 dudes sitting in front of us, and when the fight started, they were super obnoxious. They're like breaking everything down. Oh no, this guy, he doesn't know what he's doing. He needs to be, just like play
He's
by
got
play.
more of a Dutch kickbox
I know.
style.
It's like, please, you're gonna ruin this for me. Shut the fuck up. And then they're just getting crazy and loud. I'm like, these guys are gonna fucking ruin this for me. Then they pulled a vape pen out, and I didn't know they did, but the guy right in front of me, this big cloud of vape envelops his head. I'm like, oh geez, and I smell like, oh, they're hitting the vape pen. And then another huge one, like I almost couldn't even see the guy. He was right in front of me. And then another one, I'm like, this problem just solved itself.
Yeah, they're gonna quiet down here.
Yep. And then about 10 minutes later, silence.
Yeah.
And then like half an hour later, I'm watching the fights. I'm like, oh yeah, I look down at the guy and I can just see sweat pouring from his head.
Oh
Yeah.
damn!
And I'm like, yeah.
Yeah.
And then he left for like 2 hours.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah,
Went outside for a while.
They were absolutely still and silent for the rest of the night.
Oh, of course.
Pretty hilarious. Yeah.
bit off a little bit more than they could.
I thought the boys next to us were gonna lose it, and they maintained.
Yeah, I knew it was trouble when the guy had a hat forward, super bent down and creased with a fish hook like onto the bill.
Oh yeah.
Anytime I see a fella like that, I'm like, you're probably like a Boone guy. Or
Yeah.
something, you know?
Oh, you
So, but-
graduated in 2010, didn't you?
Yeah. I recognize the cut of this guy's jib.
Yeah.
And then when I saw that he brought out an emptied rubbing alcohol like container that you would buy from Walgreens that they had put clear liquor into.
Right.
I was like, okay, these guys are this could be bad.
They're smart, is what you're saying.
Yes, and I was right in the splash zone.
Yeah,
I was like,
I was a little worried
next
about
to-
you.
Yeah, right next to the guy. And I've noticed with some very aggressive people, they'll sometimes do a thing where they're almost like love bombing you at first.
Yes. Oh, you're
Oh,
like,
yeah.
this
You
is
know
going to
what I'm
turn
talking
around
about? Oh, yeah.
later.
Hey, but, like,
what's up,
they're-
brother?
yeah.
Blah, blah, blah.
Yes,
and
they're
then they
your
can
best friend.
switch
Yes.
on a dime at
Yeah.
any point.
And so when I first sat
knew
down,
dudes like
he was
that.
like, "Oh, excuse me, sir, but you know,
Oh yes,
Like-
the guy. Yes,
Like,
that
oh,
is that
boy.
is
a
so
perfect
true.
London
Yeah.
gentleman." When I first
That
got
is-
there,
I've never thought
That is an
that
excellent
is so true. When
observation.
someone is like love bomb, hey, my man, what's up, chief? Oh, where are you from? Like just like,
Yeah.
and you're like, whoa, buddy, like that person is going to be a problem. An hour
I know
later.
a dude
2 hours
For
in,
sure.
their eyes roll over
exactly
black.
like that.
Yeah.
The same dude.
ready to start fighting everyone. Hey, chief,
Yeah,
you looking
oh,
at me?
man.
You're like, no, buddy.
I would go out with the guy that did that occasionally. I stopped doing it. And we'd go, and at first he'd be like, "What's up, brother?" Blah, talking to everyone. And then in like, I'm not like 32 minutes, he'd be like, "I think that guy's fucking looking at me." I'd be like, "I don't think he is. I think he's just kind of looking around."
A guy clipped
like,
through.
no, he's fucking eyeballing me, dude. I'd be like, he's really not. I really don't think he is. And then it would turn, I'd be like, "Please don't do this." And it would be me like, "How about we go somewhere else?" So you can do that within 10 minutes at the next place we get to. Yeah. It's
Bounce
really
around.
fun.
Yeah. Keep your focus
Yeah.
moving.
Yeah.
If you focus
Exactly.
too long, you'll stop calling people brother and start wanting to punch people.
That's right.
Yeah.
He's fucking looking at me, man.
Yeah.
If a guy starts calling you
every
brother
time.
out of the
Yeah.
box, hey,
Yeah.
brother. watch the fuck out.
That's exactly what
Yeah.
this guy was doing. And then I saw the empty like isopropyl alcohol container with booze in it that they're all like pouring in
The
drinks.
bedazzled jeans on people that drop the F-bomb about gay people crowd.
Yes. About 15 minutes in, that guy, the fishhook hat guy, was like, "This is gay."
Yeah.
Starts screaming. They go outside to like smoke cigarettes a bunch of times. Then eventually he just kind of chilled out.
Yeah.
But then, thank God, a couple behind us took their place as to my next biggest concern because I think it was like maybe the second or third fight in. They have the ring girls that come in with the card with the number of the round on it. They kind of walk around. The camera obviously cuts to them because they're good looking.
Mm-hmm.
And then this girl, I think she'd worked up a bit of a buzz, was like, "Oh my God. Is that what guys are into?"
The ring girls.
Yeah.
Is that the kind of bodies guys are into these days?
Yeah.
Just like that. And I wanted so badly to turn around and be like, "Are you asking if guys are into incredibly hot chicks?" The answer is
No.
yes.
Yeah. I had
Since
a
day one.
yeah. I
And
had
you could tell he was like probably trying to get pussy by the end of the night, so he kept like fielding these.
Right.
He was trying to answer it
Yeah.
like in a way that wouldn't piss her off.
Yeah.
Oh, no, I don't know. Not. I mean, maybe some guys.
Yes,
I don't know.
some losers probably, but
Yeah.
not me.
the ring girl's thighs should be thicker than the fighters.
Yes.
Shit, I was like, oh my
Yeah.
god.
You could tell she kept starting. Like, I would hear little bits of just of buzzwords, or it'd be like feminism, or you just hear like these little words here and there in their conversation throughout the screaming fans and everything. And I'd be like, this guy's having a tough night, I think.
Yeah.
Up in the nosebleeds when the women were fighting, it was just men yelling, "Let's see her pussy."
Oh my lord.
That's when Angela was like, "We are not in a normal crowd." I'm like, that is
Yeah.
correct.
Did you have to walk?
This ain't
did you put
Disney
your
on
arms
Ice.
around Angela like this?
Yeah.
Like,
Stay away.
She's mine. Bare your teeth, Alex.
yeah.
Start making that cat noise. Yeah, it was a while. I mean, even again, as someone who watches it basically every single weekend, I'll either bootleg or buy the pay-per-views, kind of half and half on that. So I watched basically all of it, knowing from seeing the crowd like what it was probably going to be like. It was still like a little disconcerting.
I think Iowa. I think it being in Des Moines kind of amps it up a little too. You know?
Yes.
Yes, for
Yeah.
sure.
You had every
Yeah.
guy from like every little town coming in. You could tell that for sure.
Oh yeah, this was their big night in the big
Yes.
city.
No, I was sure something was going to go down, and only
I know.
At
There was
one
one
point,
close one.
yeah, there was something happened on the ground level,
Yeah.
and everybody in there was like, "Oh!" Stood up.
Like up to the left of where you guys were.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I remember. I
Yeah.
remember seeing that too. I couldn't tell.
Yeah.
I'm like, did something just happen or something didn't happen? But
I don't know.
There's a kerfuffle down
Oh
there.
yeah, there was definitely a little,
Yeah.
you know, rubbing some
the
paint
hometown boy.
or whatever, bumping paint, or
Yeah.
trading paint,
Trading paint.
trading paint.
Bumping uglies.
Yeah, rubbing paint. You know, I've been on my Fast and Furious shit lately. Considering how much I loved Fast and Furious, I really thought NOS would play a bigger role in my life. You know,
Oh yeah.
I loved that. I was like, yeah, I'll probably have NOS.
When I lived
Flip
in Ames,
switch cover. Lights up and then
hit the turbo.
I lived in Ames when Fast and Furious came out, and we were across from the audio / car. I don't even know, but they had to think, get your NOS here.
Oh, nice.
I was like, at the car audio place?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's definitely the right demo for sure.
Yeah.
Anyone that's getting, well, I mean, I don't know if I talked about it on here before, but I got a Oldsmobile Aurora, which is a nice car.
Those are cool.
It's a sensible sedan.
They were cool, yeah.
But after I got
sensible sedan.
after I got that car, I remember I detasseled that same summer, and I spent, I think, like 500 of the 800 I made on underglow for it.
Hell yeah.
little ground effects for the whip.
Oh, everybody in Boone's going to know you're coming, buddy.
Look out. It was green. It was cool. All black, green underglow.
Put straight pipes on your
Yes.
fucking Oldsmobile.
That's correct. It did have a V8.
Oh,
yeah, those Auroras
Yeah.
could fucking move.
Yes.
I loved Oldsmobile Auroras
Yeah.
back in the day.
They had
Yeah.
they had engines they
Leather
had no
seats.
business having. They were crazy.
Yep. Very, very, very fast.
Very furious.
very furious. You see a lot of Auroras on the track, you know,
Yeah. Oh yeah.
on the streets. Yeah. Money not well spent.
I don't know about that.
Dude, when you're young, I remember
It
my
was
first
like the
job.
coolest thing I'd ever done.
I spent all my money on a car stereo, but I was like, oh, guess what? I'll
With
have
the
money
detachable face,
again. Yeah, hell, you better believe it.
that thing's coming with into
The
the party.
graphics, what was it? Like a dinosaurs at one point.
That little wave,
Yep.
the
some
dinosaur.
waves. Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, this is a mix I burn.
That's right. I never took that face off, though. You do at first. Take your face off.
It's an Alpine. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
It was an Alpine, too.
I was more of a Kenwood man.
Oh, okay. All right.
I didn't want to be. I felt like pioneers for posers.
Yeah.
So I was like,
I feel like the
Alpine.
ultimate poser was those red and black, like Sony Explodes or whatever.
yeah.
They'd be in like the Walmart audio speaker section. I just
Yeah.
hang out there for quite some time. I think we
Dude, the
talked about this
frequency.
before.
Trying all the all the
When
stereos out.
you watch it go.
Yeah.
We looked at
Damn.
car stereos and motorcycles like nobody's business. Like, you want to go look at car stereos? Sure, let's go.
Yeah.
Go
Say no
stand
more.
in that room for a while.
I have $8 in my pocket. I can get a hot dog and a Pepsi.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I mean, yeah, we've talked about I think the driving part of it before, but it sounds like it's less of a thing now. But back then, especially when I was growing up, like having your own car was like having your own apartment before you moved out.
That
or
was
something.
all we did.
Yeah,
First big step into
we
like
just hang out.
being a independent person.
Yeah. So then if you had like a sweet car and then you had like a sick head unit that had waves and a bumping sound system, maybe a little underglow if you're really cool. Yeah, I mean,
Did you
the
install?
chicks stand no chance.
That's right. Yeah.
They're powerless.
Yes.
Yeah. If this street's a glowing,
Yeah.
Don't come
girls be a hoeing.
You heard it here.
Boy. Ugh.
put that on
Shyla,
Scratch
edit
it.
that out.
Scratch it. Remove it.
Yeah. I'd pull up bumping with 8 fluid ounces of cologne on.
Hell yeah.
There's just fumes coming out of the windows like like someone looks in your window and like the it's bending around from the fumes. You're like, whoa, yikes.
Makes the pavement look all wavy.
That guy's
real hot
a
out.
human mirage.
If you
Oh, and
smell like
tint.
a Russian pimp,
Yeah.
the girls are gonna send.
Yeah, that's right. If you don't believe me, read the bumper sticker. Yeah, tint was another big thing too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, get it all tinted out. And if you're real crazy, you get like 5% up front, but then the cops might stop you and they got a
Yep.
little tester on you.
Detector. My dad got pulled over for that frequently
Oh, was he all
in
tinted
his
up?
Lincoln. yeah.
Damn.
With a drug dealer he bought it from, or I don't know, he got it from a
I was just say, I don't think he bought it from him. I
Yeah.
think he is probably given to him. Case closed.
Got him out
I'll
on
take
furlough.
that.
Yeah, I remember the tint detector multiple times from police.
Damn.
I mean, it's something that whenever I see other people with it, it kind of annoys me because I'm like, I want to see who you are in there.
Mm-hmm.
That being said, if I had it, I would love it. Just where all you could see is just my little silhouette.
Yeah.
My truck is basically like that. I bought it. It came tinted, and I'm surprised I haven't been pulled over actually.
I think you can have like up to 25% or something up.
Yeah, I don't
front.
know. I mean, mine is pretty dark. I don't know.
Total freedom to pick your nose.
That's right.
Wonderful.
Whacking off on the road just got a whole lot easier.
That's right.
But what if that's the part of it that you like? You know,
The
it's the only
voyeurism.
reason I do it.
Yeah. Let me roll that window down, all the way down.
You see what I'm doing in here?
Even with the tin, everyone would know it's my RAV4 because I have a little Miri air freshener
Oh yeah.
they give away. Only a certain type of loser has something like that. The same type of man that gets underglow on an Oldsmobile Aurora. I even knew some people that had where they would get the whole thing replaced, and this was cutting edge then. They had that sort of big screen that they would put in where they could have like a movie playing
Oh yeah.
like on where the dash is. You know, now that probably wouldn't be that crazy, but back then,
No, I
that
think
was
now
pimp
it's
my ride shit.
generally it's like chipped, so they won't work when you're driving, right?
Oh.
Yeah. They sell like there's ways to break it, but
I'm sure.
yeah.
A friend
You
of
can't
mine.
because otherwise you plug it like my car, you plug the phone in and it has Apple CarPlay so you can see navigation and music and stuff, but you can't pull up YouTube.
Right.
Right.
A friend of mine used to just wire up his iPad to the front of his car. I was like, doesn't seem necessary, but cool.
But I kind of like it.
Yeah.
It was one of those like old portable DVD players, just kind of strapped.
Plug it into the
The cigarette lighter.
cigarette lighter. Yeah.
Yeah, that was I'm pretty sure that was how I saw Bring It On for the first time. Was like in a TV running hot. Yeah, like that. You know, that cord was burning up. Like whatever.
yeah.
That was back before everything was kind of up to snuff. I
Right.
think. But yeah, running to like a full little TV that had a VHS like in the front of it. It was about this big. We take that baby in the van on road trips. It was sick. That's a good way to get the kids to shut up back then.
Yeah, for sure. I remember my parents would let me take the TV in the car like on a long trip. I'd be so excited. You could plug it into we'd have our kitchen TV, you know, like a 12-inch color TV and I'd plug it in. And then you drive like 20 miles and of course it didn't work at all. Once we got it barely worked. So that was cool.
But when it did work,
That was amazing.
it was pretty cool.
High living.
Yeah, I remember my cousin's family had the big van with the TV, but the screen was like about that big.
Oh
And
yeah.
then the VCR and the console. Woo-hoo, buddy.
God damn.
That was living large, buddy. Sit in your captain's chair and watch fucking Jungle Book. Amazing.
Good times.
I was thinking about the UFC again, and my biggest regret was I was like, what should I wear to the UFC? I was like, it doesn't matter. But I put on some tight pants and a tight T-shirt, and I was like, well, I got to wear my Grizzly Bears sweatshirt.
Of course.
Show off my
Pop that
physique.
on. That's right. And had I known we'd be getting up 49 times, maybe 57 times, hard to say. Every single time there was nothing I could do about it. Every single time I stood up, 70% of my ass was hanging out. Because I wore a little T-shirt and little pants. And then my fucking sweatshirt would ride up. And there was no way for me to hold anything to not show my butt crack every single time I stood up. I'm surprised the feminists behind us didn't say anything.
Oh my God.
Yeah, look at that hairy little ass.
Is that what women like?
No.
I couldn't believe it when she said that. Another takeaway from the UFC for me was I would love to have a walkout, like have the music play, crowd goes nuts.
Hell yeah.
AJ, insert nickname, Simmons. I'll work on the nickname. But just that running down the tunnel, camera in your face, everybody high-fiving you. They put the Vaseline. I want them to do all that, and then I just don't fight anybody.
Yeah,
You know,
perfect.
Then you walk up, they open the gate, and you like pat the ground, and then you just turn around and walk
Kiss
right
the
back out.
Yeah, see you later.
He's got the best walkout in the game.
He's forfeited 27 times,
He doesn't need to fight.
but he's got the best walkout in the game.
The record of 0, 0, and 27, no contest. The best walkout in the game. AJ Walkout Simmons.
That's right. You got it.
What's the song then? What's the song?
Oof.
If you're the number one walkout guy in the game.
Crazy bitch.
But you fuck so get 'em on top of it. That crowd would have went nuts.
Oh, yeah.
For that song.
Well, one of them was Nickelback.
Yep. Oh,
Rockstar.
Yep.
You could hear your bedazzled pants
Everybody.
tingling when that came on.
Your
Ooh,
true
is this
allegiance.
Nickelback?
Yes. The Zen in your pocket started shaking. Yeah. Yes. Yeah, that I mean, they did go crazy for Rockstar.
Yeah.
Everybody wants to be a big rock star.
But when that song came on specifically, I was like, I want to shit on this. I know every single word of
Yes.
this stupid song.
Yep.
And then I thought about all the Nickelback songs I know all the words to, and I was like, I don't stop judging, McGrain.
Yeah.
You're sitting back here singing the words too.
Be honest to with
We'll
yourself.
all say skinny because we just won't eat. Yeah. That one song, Working on Your Gears. I'm surprised they didn't play that one, but it's a family event, I guess. You know what he's talking about? You know what I'm talking about?
Working the gears.
Where he talks about her basically jacking them off while they're driving.
Fuck you like an animal.
Yeah. Grabbing on my gear. Yeah.
One
whatever.
hand on my wheel. Yeah.
Yeah.
On my gear.
Yeah.
Talk about
Grabbing
fuck.
on my gear. Yeah.
Yeah. And then dad comes out, I think. That's my dad outside the car. Oh, no.
See, you know all the lyrics.
yeah.
Like, bro, yeah, no wonder he's pissed. You're 47 years old.
She's 15. Yeah. Corey Sandhagen, who is one of my favorite fighters, he was the main event, and he walked out to that Ludacris song, which was awesome.
That was awesome.
was.
Yeah. Number one spot. Number one spot.
I felt like the better the fighters were, like the order of the evening, the nicknames became significantly less important. Like, you'd be like, Luis the Shark Rodriguez. And then in the end, it's just their names.
Yeah.
The last couple guys, it's like, these guys don't need nicknames.
Just one name.
Yeah.
Bono.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess Corey the Sandman Sandhagen.
Oh, okay.
Those two had nicknames. But it was, oh man. Oh yeah, there was one, the Babyface Killer.
Yeah.
With
Oh,
an
that
A.
kid sucked
Yeah,
too.
yeah. If I did, that was ass.
Yeah.
That
was
maybe
the one
worst
where it was
fight.
like, damn.
Babyface Killer.
I was like, before that, the two ladies.
Babyface, yes. Killer, no.
Yeah. The ladies were fun to watch. And when that one started swinging both arms on the other girl's face, I was like, this is what I call entertainment.
It's pretty crazy to be. I mean, I was like 20 seats from the top. I was up there, and there's a few times that someone got punched, and I heard it loud and clear
Yeah.
in
Yeah.
that place. Like, damn.
When they hit
Cool,
the
too.
mat.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they mic'd the below the canvas basically. So
Yeah.
when there was a few big tosses and someone hit it, and it was almost like an 808 sub hit.
Yeah.
Boom.
Yeah, it was really cool. That was the stuff I think I liked the most, because I feel like other than ringside, it's almost better to watch at home. Really,
It's a good production, but yeah, the live aspect, I'm like, I feel like they should be doing more in between fights to entertain us.
It's like an NFL game is the same thing where you go there and you're like, it's really cool to be with the people, and
But
a
it's
big
made for
experience,
TV.
But you're like, it's a better experience
Yeah.
at home.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
kind of the same thing. A lot of in between, and there's no one like telling you how amazing the fight is. Like,
Right.
yeah.
yeah, but the crowd was booing a lot because there's a lot of people there. A lot of fighters are just standing around holding each other. But if you're watching at home, you're like, oh yeah, these guys are great tacticians, and they're explaining
Yeah.
everything, and nothing's really happening. But when
Right.
you're there, you're like, punch him in the face.
Yeah.
It was. I was surprised at how quickly I got to punch him in the face. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
It took about 2 fights, and I was just
Yeah.
like, I want to see someone's fucking head come off.
The first 2 fights were so bad though, that like nothing happened. Everyone's like, boo.
yes.
Like, oh shit.
And as someone who's watched a lot of them, I'm sure maybe they do a little bit of filtering if they notice that like they don't want the booze on the broadcast for some
Right.
reason. Maybe they'll do a little bit of that. But sitting there, I was like, damn, the crowd was booing a lot, but even
Yes.
Joel kept laughing, but I'd be like, boo!
Oh no, I got into it too.
Yeah, I would
At first you're like, please people, let him work. And then you're like, boo!
I came in as an intellectual and left as a,
Your
essentially
jeans
a
were
mongoloid.
bedazzled by the time you left. You turn around, you look, you're like, what?
What? Yeah.
Yeah, I was
Oh
ready to
my
sucker punch
gosh, how much Nickelback did I listen to?
Yes.
I was shocked to see the place packed from 6 until midnight.
Yes.
It would clear out a bit after every fight, but almost like 90% of the place would come back in for every fight.
Yeah.
I couldn't fucking believe it.
Yeah, there's definitely a few beer break fights. I
Yeah,
would say.
there were. Yeah.
And that was fair enough. But
Babyface was certain. It was like, damn, get this fucking fight over with.
yeah. And you feel, and that's what, when I'm watching at home, I'm like, oh, I'll hear people booing on the broadcast and I'll be like, amateurs.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You didn't even know you're watching.
Yeah, exactly. This is high level shit we're talking.
You
here.
also could not, and I know this
became
is
a wild animal when I was there.
monkey brain. I couldn't stop. I was like, watch the people fighting for real and don't fucking stare at the screen.
I know.
But I was like,
Tron.
I watched, 95% just looking at the screen, basically.
Yeah.
And I would look down and be like, ooh, there they are.
Yep.
And then
Oh,
go,
yeah. You're
"Oh."
like, oh.
Yeah. I was like, I would have, yeah.
Oh, no.
Like, I don't know if it would have been better or worse without the screen, but I would have certainly focused more on the actual fighters.
Yeah, and that's why I say ringside. I bet if you were like in those first 2 or 3 rows really close,
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
then the
It's
screen
more
doesn't even
visceral.
exist
Right.
to you.
Yep.
At that
Right in
point.
your
Yeah,
face.
you're right there. That would probably be sick.
Yeah, it would.
But those are some very expensive tickets. But yeah, I was really impressed despite the fact that they were doing cool things. Like, so at the end of the round, they'd almost bring the lights up a little and you sort of see the crowd. And that's probably when they're getting their crowd shots and all those things for the broadcast. But the moment the round would start,
Yeah,
it would
lights
like
out.
tunnel vision
Yeah.
down where it was just highlighted on the stage. And even with that, I was still like, oh, like looking at the screen.
Yeah. Ooh,
Yeah.
light. Yeah,
It's hard. I mean, the screens are so addictive.
they really are.
Not to beat that old drum, but everybody's been talking about who wins between 100 men versus one gorilla. But how about one gorilla versus one woman who had used to date now getting engaged? I don't think the gorilla would stand a chance.
So 1v1.
Yes.
Ooh.
That
a
gorilla's going to be
different scenario.
crying. eating
Although I
hot
gotta
dogs.
say, whoever that woman's marrying, good for him. Because I'd have a hard time dating a woman after she was with the gorilla.
That would
Yeah.
be tough.
How do you live up to that?
Yeah. Although they have little tiny weenies, I guess
Yeah.
gorillas do. But the arms alone, I'd be like, I feel inadequate. Guy weighs 475 pounds, solid muscle.
Yeah. I was doing a little research earlier when I was trying to write that very stupid joke. And apparently, I don't know if they've actually been able to run the experiment, but according to their scientific calculations, a gorilla on average could bench press 4,000 pounds.
Well, I mean, their bone. Yeah, everything I've seen says the men lose.
Yeah.
I'm like, I just can't see how that is possible. But I suppose
That's what
If
I
you-
thought too. But then I think to myself, okay,
factor in being in the back of the line, running in at the gorilla. I'd be like, you know what? You guys go ahead.
Yeah. You got to keep 100 people in the zone, just
Yeah,
like
yeah.
D-Day level, where
Yeah.
it's like people are going to be mowed down.
Yeah.
The first 50 are done, I think.
if there's a gorilla that's like napping
Right.
and it's not going to do anything to you, I mean, what do you do to it? Punch it?
Yeah.
How many times are you going to punch a gorilla before you break your hand and get worn out?
Yeah. Look at their
And it's
giant
doing
head.
nothing at that point, let alone ripping people's arms off and throwing them
Yes.
and beating you with someone else's arms.
That's why I think you have to go psychological. You have to try to
Yeah.
like romance this gorilla
Yeah.
or something.
Yeah.
People haven't talked about that, the seduction elements that could
There
be
you
at play
go.
here.
Paint your butt red and walk away slowly.
Yeah.
What do you think of this? Yeah. Yeah. Then yell, I'm winning while you're getting raped by a gorilla.
I've won.
But at what cost?
Yes. This new season of Squid Game's crazy.
I thought, I was like, they should do this on Squid Game.
I think Mr. Beast is
100%.
kind of talking about. I don't
Yeah.
know how you would. I don't think you could get it sanctioned.
No. Of
Right.
course not.
That's why
You'd have to
Squid
go to, like,
Game,
Russia
it's
or
fake.
something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Obviously, it's a fictional show. I was like, that should be.
Because I
hope
saw
they do
people
it.
running like computer
Yeah.
programmed type versions, which does give you an idea of the gorilla. I think would easily dispatch probably 50 people,
Right.
like a big gorilla. I've seen some people are like, see, this gorilla's not very big. We all know what kind of gorilla we're
talking
talking about.
silverback.
This is
Yeah.
something Fox would have put on the air 27 years ago.
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
Absolutely.
Like,
How many midgets can a gorilla? It would have said midgets.
Yes. Yeah. It's I just don't think you could keep the morale up.
no.
I think like
First guy runs in,
Yes.
and he gets his skull caved in and immediately goes down. And you're like, well,
And it would be like effortless.
and you
to
start
go.
shoving other guys.
But people
Oh,
did
yeah.
keep running in on D-Day. You had no choice.
But if there was gorillas operating those machine guns, I'm not so sure. Gorillas flying airplanes.
Yeah.
That'd be scary to fight a gorilla.
Hell yeah.
Gorilla with an Uzi.
Any monkey. Yeah. I mean, say chimps can, pop your head off, and they're not even. How much does a full-blown chimp weigh? Half as much as a gorilla, if not less.
Oh, I think it's like a third, maybe.
Yeah.
I feel like a chimp might weigh like 250 pounds or 300
I don't even
pounds.
think. We might as well Google that now, huh?
Yeah.
La 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 la. Googling sounds.
Ding bong, ding bong.
Bing ba doop deep dop dop.
What can a chimpanzee
Wow, what am I
bench
typing
press?
in?
I could 4,000 pounds. I bet, and if you could give it a little smelling salt or whatever, give it a Celsius,
Oh yeah,
that gorilla would hit 6,000.
Yeah, they're only up to
no spot.
Yeah, give them an Arctic chill Celsius, and tell me that gorilla does not hit 6,000.
88 to 154 pounds for males and 60 to 110 for females.
Really? Oh, so not quite as big as I thought.
But then it says, this is, I don't know. Then it says, another one says adult males are 90 to 200 pounds and females are 66 to 176 pounds.
That sounds about right.
But their strength is like 3 men or something.
A chimp
yeah.
could bench press between 800 and 1,200 pounds.
That makes sense.
Okay, yeah.
And what did Big Toll do? What did 3 Bill Toll
I
do?
did 400 pounds.
That's not bad.
Yeah, I could do,
That's actually
There you go.
fucking nuts.
Yeah, I could bench press a shitload of weight. I could do 225 pounds over 20 times, 25 times.
Jesus.
That wasn't, I mean.
I'm trying to get to 225.
Yeah.
Hopefully before I die,
Really?
Yeah.
I bet you can get there, buddy.
I think I can.
Yeah.
I'm a little scared because I don't really have a spotter.
I used to watch it.
And that's not how I want to go.
Yeah.
AJ tried to bench 800 pounds like a chimpanzee.
Well,
Popped his
I
head
would do
off
it
like
in
a
my
fucking
basement. When I was alone in my basement, I figured out how to.
Blaring metal music.
I could let one side fall off, and then the other side would fall off. So I could. I only had 305 pounds in the basement at home,
That's so
but I could
crazy.
do that 10 times, and I could. Yeah, I would watch the NFL Combine when they do 225 as many times as they could, and I'd be like,
Should I be in the NFL?
yeah,
right
I was
now?
like, damn. If it wasn't for me being able to squat 105 pounds, I'd be all in.
Yeah. He has the legs of a young ostrich. A nubile ostrich.
And I certainly can't do that anymore. So I'd be curious. I wonder how much. I bet I could still bench 225.
Oh,
I bet. I mean, if you could, I feel like if you're someone who has ever hit plus 300, I feel like you can rep
That's fucking
225
crazy.
like for the rest of your life, probably, where I'm building up into that. Like I can do, because I basically started at the 135, just like the 45 on each side kind of style. And that I can do a ton of times now. So I think I could get it probably a couple, like 225, maybe a few times.
Yeah.
But that would be,
yeah. The weights clang. Ding, 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 ding.
that guy's going to pass out.
Yeah. Someone keeping an eye on that guy? He's about to kill himself.
My friend said he could do 400. I just had to see if I could. That's nuts. You were a strong boy. All upper body.
Yeah, also true.
That was kind of the 80s and 90s way, though.
Yeah.
No legs.
I mean, I didn't.
Fuck
Yeah.
legs.
And I don't know. I never did. I started doing prison squats years ago, no weight squats.
No weight with the dildo suction cup to the ground.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yep. Ooh.
What a workout.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm getting worked out.
Yeah.
If you hit the balls, you went too far.
Yeah. When we start choking, it's too deep.
Well, I think when we first met, you were like banging out pull-ups and stuff, which people.
I've been on and off jacked since I've known you guys.
That's right.
You've witnessed me fairly ripped.
You're a little off now, but
I would say I'm a little off. Got a little baby weight.
you'll be back.
My sweet fat titties are rocking.
If the titties are rocking.
The titties are rocking.
knocking.
Come and knocking because I need some help.
But I was shocked because I think it goes hand in hand with the thought that I think every guy has that they like would sort of do all right in a fight. You know,
Yeah.
I think a lot of guys feel like they could bang out a few pull-ups.
Yeah.
Pull-ups are really, really hard.
Oh, yeah.
Like going all the way down. Like I think I could do 2.
I could
forward.
probably.
Oh, even in my best shape, I could like do a few.
Yes.
Yeah.
do 100 push-ups, like 25 chin-ups.
25 is impressive.
Frontwards and backwards.
You were a strong boy.
I was a
Damn.
freak, dude.
A muscular freak.
And I didn't look like that, really.
No, but I see
that-
people in the gym like that. Just people that don't have the GI Joe kind of setup, but are banging out, like crazy.
Basically,
weights, you know.
actually, we could calculate exactly when I've been, like, you could go about 2 months after each breakup.
Right.
You go, oh, yeah, Toll's looking jacked.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
Cover of Muscle and Fitness.
That's right. Yeah.
But
And
it's
then
really
this is
hard.
what you get a few years in and a couple of kids.
But now you're to like the Viking king level of your life, you know, where you fought the wars.
That's right.
Now you sit on your throne of antlers and
Shit.
swords and shit. Definitely shit.
Yeah. Yes.
And stinky Crocs.
I'm trying. Don't know. They're more under control these days.
Yeah, no, I don't smell them. I don't. Yeah, but you know, you're in the feast.
Yeah, I'm
not the
relaxed.
famine.
Plus, there's like, I don't know. I don't drink enough to work out these days. I mean, all of that, most of that. There was a time when I was
Toll's pre-workable drink was
rum and Diet
Yeah.
Coke.
In a shaker bottle.
a couple scoops.
A little creatine in there.
Yeah.
That is literally what I did. I mean, not the protein, but I would get drunk and exercise.
Shaker.
But before, I mean, there was a period I did Nordic track and stuff for a long time.
Is that a bike?
That's the pretending to cross country ski machine.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah, the original Nordic track. That's
Yep.
what that was. Yeah.
The Nordic track walked, so Tony Little Freestyler Gazelle.
That's
could
right.
run.
Exactly. Exactly.
long ponytail.
They were direct competitors. You best believe that.
Yeah, that guy had that same like Billy Mays coked out.
Is he dead?
Oh, yeah.
He's dead, right?
He's got to be dead.
He's gotta be.
What was his Tony Little? Is that what it was?
He's dead. He's gotta be.
Got anything on that, Shiloh? No, I'm just kidding. I just wanted to scare her.
That sounds right. Just type in Tony the Gazelle.
Born 1956. Nope, he's alive.
Wow.
Looking good.
The little gazelle works.
No, not looking that great. Looking okay. Looking okay.
I went.
That's what, man. Here's hoping if I keep letting my hair grow out and start crimping it, me and Tony Little are going to be looking exactly the same.
Yeah. Get a bump it.
Yeah. Yep.
I like that little, that like zigzag hair.
Yeah, a little crimped.
Yeah, you don't see that much anymore.
No, especially not on men.
Especially not.
Especially,
Yeah.
Yeah.
that means it's.
But-
I mean, it's ripe for
Yeah,
harvesting.
that's what I'm doing. I'm waiting to bring it back.
It is
Wait till
pretty
you
long.
see till I pop in here with my perm.
Can't wait for that.
Yeah.
Like Peter
Tight.
from Jesus Christ Superstar.
Yep. Tight
you-
curls.
You gotta have like the Jonathan Taylor Thomas sort of.
But I was telling Alex outside how fucking stupid my hair looks, and I always let it go for so long. And then I get a haircut. I'll get a haircut. I'll go, you fucking idiot. why did you let your hair grow that long? Like, you look like a fucking moron, and all it took was 10 minutes at a barber
Right.
at Great Clips to look like a normal person. But instead, I keep going looking like fucking brain damaged Emo Phillips.
But I respect it though,
Hey, thank you.
because I respect someone who's not, vain in that way. You know?
Toll?
Yeah. But he isn't,
Yeah.
If I have one little nose hair hanging out, I'm traumatized. I'm like, everybody saw the nose hair all day today.
I am pretty, I don't know. I just got a thing. Look like a fucking schlub. The ladies love it. Then when I remember wearing, I was going to something for Sarah's family, and I was wearing a sweater and had my hair combed, and I walked outside of our old house, and every person that saw me like, whoa, buddy, what's going on today? And I was like, you mean because I combed my hair and I'm wearing a sweater?
Somebody has a job interview.
Are you a banker now?
Oh man, I was like,
court
is this what I'm putting out into the world? I guess it is.
Whoa.
yeah.
Somebody's trying to get some pussy. Yeah.
I wear
You're
my
a diamond in the rough.
I wear my vanity in a different way. And I guess I lack a lot of it now. Here, sitting here with fucking half a tooth.
But even that's a
mustache.
vibe. Oh man, I mean, I've been spending some time on TikTok recently, and there's like these videos I've been stumbling upon. Like I accidentally stumbled upon girl TikTok.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean? I got into their algorithm. I broke in. And so now I'm seeing these videos. It'll be girls taking videos of just the handing window for like a restaurant.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
And it'll just be like this much of a guy's face down to like his midsection. So just based off his like chin and arms and a few other things, they're like hubby material. Whatever.
Oh
yeah.
my
I'm
god.
talking about wanting to fuck these guys. Like
Yeah.
some of them have like no teeth.
I heard today.
You know?
I don't know
So
when
you're way ahead of the curve.
when this podcast was from, but it's within the last 3 or 4 years. They were talking about these British shows, and I knew this one existed. One where they like start at dick or pussy,
Nice.
and the people just walk in and they're like, yes, I will date this person.
Yeah.
And then they keep moving up till it's like shoulders down. And I think it's like a British show.
Yeah, it's on Netflix. I've
Yeah.
seen it. Yeah.
And I was like, huh. Well, apparently there's another show that's also British where two strangers fuck in a box and then hop out and talk to like therapists and shit, like whether or not they should date after they just fucked in a box.
Whoa.
Yeah.
What channel is this on?
It's called My Basement, AJ. And you don't even know you're invited.
You just wake up there. Your head feels fuzzy. Your vision's blurred. That's funny.
But yeah,
That sounds like a heck of a show.
yeah, I'll
Heck of a
Google that
program.
too.
Yeah, I might have to DVR that. Remember DVR? Is that still a thing? DVR?
It was for me up until I lived with Sarah.
Okay. I remember thinking that was pretty fucking sweet.
Stranger
Oh, when
Things.
TiVo first came out, the original DVR, that blew everyone's mind.
Yeah.
You can pause live TV. What? How does that even work? I don't understand. Yeah. Now everything's streamed, so people don't care as much.
New dating
Yeah.
show asks strangers to have sex first. Sex at first sight.
Sex at first sight.
They finally got
total
to
strange.
it. They finally got to
The
it.
show is called Making Love, and contestants do just that before they do anything else. The first episode aired at a television convention in France. Contestants meet for the first time in a bedroom, and cameras capture nearly everything. After doing the deed, each contestant is rushed into another room to discuss how their partner performed and decide whether or not it was worthy of a second date. They could call this show "I Hate My Dad." Fuck him.
What kind of waiver do you have to sign for
Oh
that shit?
God, I don't know,
boy,
man.
yeah.
Yeah. So not only do you, fuck a stranger, which is not totally crazy. It does happen.
It happens.
It certainly
Yeah.
happens.
Generally, you have met first.
But to do it, but
Yes.
to televise
Yeah.
that event.
yes,
in your
and then
life
and then
is-
have like a debrief on it and be like, well, you know,
Dude,
didn't really lick my ass quite the way I liked.
try getting your dick hard for sex at first sight.
Oh, jeez.
There's got to be a lot of Viagra involved. I'm
I'll be
sure.
right back.
Yeah,
In the bathroom.
yeah.
Fuck, come on.
Son of a bitch.
Get a
I'll be
little-
right there.
Yeah, my dick is acting like we're at the doctor's office.
Yes,
All shriveled up.
you know it would be too.
Yes.
So like rolling. All right,
All right, go ahead.
Yeah.
Action.
all right, go for it.
All right, it's time for your close up. No. Yeah.
All right, we got the night vision going. Go for it.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
wild.
I just can't imagine.
That's yeah. I thought spin the bottle was scary.
Yeah.
Yeah, wow.
There's got to be more details on this fucking.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, what's the way? Yeah, like, what's the the introduction survey you take for that?
Yeah.
It's like, do you
It's-
ha-
if you
do
got-
you
if
have
you-
any preference?
Yeah, if you're the way you get on that show is if you're rejected from The Bachelor and every other show, you're like, you want to fuck on TV? Like, I guess so.
Yeah. Are you willing to do anything?
Yeah.
You can
I mean,
either
and-
fuck a stranger or fight a gorilla. You got two
Or fuck
choices.
the gorilla. There's also that.
Yeah. Unreal, man. What kind of world are we living in?
A wild world.
Although people keep saying that, and they, the world is safer than it's ever been. Essentially, I mean, per capita, we all live a hell of a lot longer than back in the day. But we're still all out here complaining.
Less pillaging these
Yeah.
days, I
Mhm.
suppose. Less burning your village to the ground
Yep.
type shit,
Yeah.
which is nice.
I mean, at this point,
Yeah.
the year isn't over yet.
Yeah, I'm sure the Supreme Court will pass the you can drown her if she's having her period act here in no time.
Bring back the witchcraft laws.
Yeah.
We thought Salem kind of had a right on a couple of these things.
If you look up the statistics, all right.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Whip.
I
I hope that's on film and people can't see what you're doing. And you just keeps grabbing for my booty. Oh yeah, that's
Ooh.
nice.
I got my little crab claw coming at you. Little
Beep, beep, beep.
pitcheroony.
Mm.
What's your love language? Do you know?
I have no idea. Touch, I suppose.
You like a little physical touch?
I do.
Words of affirmation?
I like that too.
Yeah, you kind of like you're multilingual.
Yeah, sure. What are all the love languages?
I think it's physical touch. Yeah, like words of affirmation. You know, any Shiloh?
Gift giving.
Gift giving.
Yeah, the guy that did the love languages is a bastard.
He's
Oh.
a bastard. Oh,
Me?
you're a bastard.
I'm a bastard. I actually am a bastard. It makes perfect sense.
I think the guy that created it.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's a lot of psychologists, though. Huh. Yeah, I can't remember what the other. I feel like there's.
love language bubble. Let me look.
I feel like there's 5 of them.
Okay. I do like, because I feel like, nobody ever be touching dudes. Like a little. I know that
little
like
sweet
now,
caress.
Everly, like I'm reading Everly her bedtime story, and she's like, oh, and she likes to give me a real stupid hairdo while she's getting ready for bed, which I'm like, if you're gonna brush my hair and touch my head, I'm like, I'll read you this fairy book all night long, girl. Like, beep 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 beep. Yeah, I had a little
Picking the fucking lice out of your hair.
Yeah,
eating
I'd love it.
a little grooming.
I would fucking love it.
And maybe not read all night. This book's kind of hard.
Yeah, you read it. You read to me. Yeah.
This is junior high level. This is
This is young adult fiction. This is pretty serious. Shit.
big.
She
word.
is 6, straight up reading chapter books. So it's fucking crazy, dude.
She
Damn.
seems like she's
She's wicked smart. And then you forget that she's 6 because you're like, oh yeah, she doesn't know. Like you're like, I was like, do you know what this word means? She just read it. Like, oh yeah. And then you're like, oh, this
That
is
part's
what-
missing still.
Right, yeah. But she can read it.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's crazy.
Yeah, I remember like faint memories of even just practicing like writing letters.
Yeah.
You know, where you had to do those little books and being like, like Jordan Peele sweating.
yeah.
B.
Yeah.
B.
Like, it's so hard.
Mhm.
And it is.
It is.
She does seem pretty smart, though.
She is quite.
When I was at your place, I can't remember. It was when your family was all there and everything too. But they had all left, and Everly came like a cat and like sat on so I was like this, kind of like watching TV, and she came and sat on the side of me,
Yeah.
like that, and then that was the first time.
She is extreme. She is very comfortable with you.
Oh, it's good.
Yeah.
Because she would never talk to me before, and I never
Yeah.
would try to talk to her because I was like, she'll talk to me when she's ready. I did the cat approach.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And once she was on me, I was like, don't move.
Yeah.
Don't spook her.
AJ, the neighbor, when you came to visit, that was giving you that dirty dog look
Yeah.
that you told us about. Sarah's family came and visited for her brother's birthday on Sunday to see the house and kind of have cake and stuff. Got the exact same report.
Stank face.
Yeah.
Getting mean mugged by
And
the
then
neighbors.
Sarah's a person Sarah knows lives right near us, right by that guy. And he was like, "Oh yeah, he's a bit of a, how would you say, a curmudgeon."
Yeah.
And to the drop some more stories where it was like, here we go, like this guy yelling at people for illegally parking on the street.
Oh,
Yes.
I love those.
Yeah,
Because he was like pulling in as I had parked, and he the head kept going,
Yeah.
just mean mugging. I was like, damn, am I at a UFC event right now?
Yeah.
But some people be
Rockstar
like that.
starts playing.
That's what I'm like. How do you?
Kind of shocked.
What the hell, man? How do you end up like that? Who did that to you? Like when you meet someone that's just unpleasant from the get-go, and you're just like,
You can make some assumptions about how their life has gone.
Yeah.
For sure. Not great.
Yeah.
but you're living in a nice little house in Urbandale, Iowa.
Yeah, so did the BTK killer.
That's true.
I think he was in Wichita, maybe, but
Yeah.
he was like the
I mean, John
He was
Wayne Gacy lived in Waterloo for a while.
and he was a part of like some big Rotary club.
Yeah.
So it's being an asshole does not prevent you from success.
Unfortunately.
In fact, it helps it
Yeah.
oftentimes. I was talking to somebody about comedy the other, and I was like, yeah, actually, a lot of people are more about making it than being funny.
Oh, yeah.
And I said, where it's
Or
all
about
about
neither.
that. Well, I was like, but the
That's
funny
not
thing
stopping
is that those are the people that do make it, because eventually they figure out sort of how to be funny, and their entire focus was just on that part of it. And
Yeah.
it's like, well, you sort of made it.
Yeah.
You're making a living, I guess.
Well, making it so interesting now because
The spectrum is.
before there wasn't really a spectrum.
Yeah.
The spectrum was nobody, TV extra, sort of side character famous, general TV famous, and then like movie star basically. Now we learned it booking shows for the comedy club where there were people who I had never heard of in my entire life that had like whatever 100, 200,000 followers. Not so fast. But whatever, never heard of them.
Yeah.
But they had an audience that would show up for these shows. They would be able to sell 200 tickets in Des Moines or whatever. It's really it's hopeful though in certain ways now that it does feel more egalitarian or something.
Right.
Yeah, the barrier to entry is not what it once was. So
No.
Some might say it's too low.
some might
Well,
say
yeah,
it's-
Some people in our comment section have been saying exactly that.
We should change the name of the podcast to "We Finally Made It."
We did it.
We did it. We're here. Yeah.
We were talking about making it.
We're.
Somebody commented.
Oh.
What they say?
Well, the username is Sausage Party Podcast.
Oh, hell yeah.
And they wanted to let you know that they've come across your channel and they too have a podcast channel with their friends.
Oh, wow. Amazing. How unique.
Are you also losers?
Yeah.
Just kidding, guys.
That's just us.
Yeah.
Oh, I'll check it out. Sausage Party, thanks for commenting.
Heck yeah.
Sounds definitely our demographic.
That's right. It does. There was. Well, doesn't
I
matter.
can throw out some stuff.
Oh, right.
I had a ton of little notes I didn't even get to.
Yeah, I do
Yeah.
too, and I was just saving for next.
Shador Sanders, you guys following that at all?
A little bit, yeah.
Everybody was kind of up in arms, feeling that he should have went earlier. I didn't know enough about college football or really any football to make any kind of comment on that. But it did kind of lead me down this whole rabbit hole of the NFL and essentially what it takes to even be drafted in the NFL.
Right.
Talking about you benching 400 pounds or whatever. You know, that's all those guys essentially, it seems like. And then I was like trying to wrap my head around like what would actually, like if I put on pads, you know, the pants,
Right.
the cleats, helmet, everything.
Yeah.
Even like the full like linebacker neck brace thing, right?
Yeah.
And just let one of, I guess.
Went out there and caught a pass.
Yeah, and let a linebacker just smoke me full speed.
Yeah.
I think I would die. I think I would actually die.
I think
I would be
same.
hospitalized.
Yes.
Yeah. I would be dead for sure.
I think my upper half and lower half of my body would separate.
You go, and then dead.
Yes.
For sure.
And much like the kind of the pull-up thing where I think people think they could like take a bump off some of these guys.
Yeah.
Like full back dive, I got it.
No.
I'm going to blast going through the line.
Yeah. Yeah, to be an elite athlete it's not what you think. It's so much farther away from like a normal good athlete. Like you don't even understand. And people, you know, it's old guy syndrome where, you know, you're like, oh, I played football. I can remember, and I think I could, you know, I think I could do okay. But like, no, you're not. Like you, just because the last time you did, like last time I played football, I fucking did great.
Yeah.
That was 30, that was 30 years ago.
Right.
Yes.
Now, if I would put pads on and have someone run at me, I would. You wouldn't see me for 3 months.
Yeah.
I'd be in ICU.
Iron lung.
Yeah.
To take it back to the UFC,
Yes.
watching those, for one, the chicks, the ladies, you know,
Told me
here
the
she
ladies.
is, the siren, 135 pounds, could kick Tolma Grain's fucking ass.
Yes.
Without question.
Yes.
Or these dudes that weigh 135 pounds. I'm like, it's funny, if I passed that guy in the street, I'd be like,
Look at this fucking
if it
guy.
came, like I don't think
Yeah.
that about
This
people
guy
when I
work at
pass them.
GameStop or
But yeah, I'd be like,
something? Yeah.
whatever, dude. And he would have beat my fucking ass.
Yes.
So fast.
Yo, to a pulp.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You do like a wheel kick.
I'd
Yeah.
be winded from getting beaten.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Didn't even put up a defense.
Yes,
Just from
exactly.
getting beat up.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
Can
remember.
you slow this beating down a little bit? I'm having a hard time breathing.
Yes. Yes.
I think it might have been Jillian Anderson or something like that, who was on the car.
Oh, yeah.
But I distinctly remember a moment on the Jumbotron where I leaned over to Toll and out because she was like disrobing, getting ready to go in the cage. They put the little Vaseline on him, all that. And she was just taking off the shirt. Her back looked like the Rocky Mountain
Yeah.
Range.
Yes.
Rippled.
Like rippled with muscles.
Yeah.
Where I was like, this person probably could choke my head off.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Just right
Yeah.
on.
Like a dandelion.
Squeeze your ding dong off too, probably.
That sounds all right.
By the way, Shyla, I got a comment as well.
Oh, for
And
Shiloh.
it said, I did. It said, no, that's just what I say whenever I get comments.
Whole
I'm
streams,
not open to
Shyla.
comments.
Oh, it's
Comment section is
it's
closed.
from the lady. It says, tell Shyla her voice is ASMR dreamy.
Oh,
There you go.
Shyla has an admirer.
Yeah, that's right. It's my fucking girlfriend.
Shit.
Don't let her talk anymore.
Yes.
Cut her mic.
Here's something I think is
She
kind
does put on like the phone sex voice. Like,
Yeah.
oh, yeah.
of, hey, guys.
She knows what she's doing.
1-900 no sleep. Only $6 an hour.
Yeah, that's right.
A minute. I'm sorry.
yeah,
a
an
minute.
hour?
That's
Whoa.
cheap. I'm calling.
That's below minimum wage.
Yeah. Today I got somebody sent Sarah an email with an old picture of me, which is funny to think about because I saw this picture and I was like, I think it's me. You know, isn't that a weird thing
Yeah, yeah.
to see yourself from the past and not even be sure if it's
Yeah.
you?
Yeah.
Anyway, you guys should look at this because I'm cute AF.
That's you, all right.
That's me, buddy.
Let's see that boy. You a good head of hair on you.
That's right.
I know that's right.
Oh, that's right. OJ. Looks like breakfast, huh?
Yeah, must be.
Zoom, enhance. That's funny. Yeah, you do kind of look like you.
Yeah.
Now that I think about
You
it.
look like a McGrain.
Yeah. Little Marilito is my freaking twin.
She's
Oh,
very
baby.
cute.
She is. Anyway.
Well, folks,
Charlie, want to just talk for a while?
yeah. Take it away, Sean.
Read the phone book.
Yeah.
On Friday, I was delivering beer on Thursday I was delivering beer as I do, and I saw this thing, and I just heard the radio talking about China or whatever, and I see this s'more cooker for sale at Hy-Vee for however much money. And I thought to myself, God damn, that's America right there, baby. This is the most wasteful thing anyone has ever produced. And I was like, we are fucking pigs. Sickens me. I get home from work and Sarah's like, oh, I think we're going to make s'mores tonight. I go, why? It's like, because I bought a s'more cooker. And then I told her that story and she was kind of pissed off. And I was like, but it wasn't like, it was just because I was thinking about it. And I was like, because, you know, like the amount of plastic garbage that my family doles out for every holiday is off the fucking charts.
Yeah, it's
By
unavoidable.
exclusively
Yeah, it
as
is.
seen on TV.
Yeah,
gifts.
it is crazy. It is truly crazy. But it's funny that specific thing that I was being judgmental about our whole society.
Did you have the s'mores?
We haven't yet.
Oh,
Because
You'll change your tune once you have
I
the
sure
s'mores.
will.
It's like the pizzazz.
Dude, we cannot at my house. I'm talking about being a little chubby boy these days. It's because there is no escape from sweets at our house.
Yeah.
Easter came around. I was like, my God, we got a lot of candy for Easter. And then Sarah's parents came over to watch the baby. And they're like, hey, we have these 2 giant bags of Reese's eggs that we don't want. She's like, do you guys want them? And I was like, of course we do. And we got those. And then yesterday,
The
they
baby
brought
wants
over,
them.
Yeah. They brought over cake. I'm like, what the? Are they planning on eating me? What the hell is going on?
fattening you up.
That's
Yeah.
right.
A
It's
summer
working.
hog.
Yeah. Be nice. I'll be well marbled.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
They'll put a stick through you and
That's right.
have a luau.
But I haven't been smoking or drinking. I'll just smell like delicious sour watermelon blue raz. Just marinated in it.
Yeah.
It will be quite tasty. But yeah, I cannot escape the sweets and I have no self-control.
They're so hard.
At the
to
end
have
of the night,
self-control.
all day I have relative self-control. And then at home at night, I'm like,
The
well,
beast comes out at night.
Well, then you eat one and you're like, then you think about the movie The Whale and you're like, remember how he ate those Snickers in The Whale? Like, I bet you could do that with a Reese's eggs. Get chocolate all over myself. Like, yeah, that's my goal.
Time to teach a college
Yeah.
class.
One day my daughter will come home and she'll say, you're all right, Dad. I'll be like, thanks. And then I'll walk to the door and fucking die from being fat. I'm sorry. I'm not that. I'm just eating a lot of sweets these days. Yes.
Yeah. I mean,
it's unavoidable with little
Yeah.
kids. It really that's you make them dinner. They have like 4 bites. And
Yep.
you're like, God damn it. Then you're like, nom, 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 macaroni
Every
and
meal.
cheese. And then
Yeah.
like birthdays, any opportunity for the family to give them sugar,
Yeah.
they'll take advantage of it. And then you're like, meow.
Yeah. And Everly doesn't really like candy
Yeah, right.
except for chocolate.
And that's so funny. Yeah, little kids don't really like. They'll have a few things, and then
Yeah.
they take off, and then you're like,
Like, oh, it's Dad's candy now. Yeah.
"This is the dad's cut."
Yeah.
I mean, I've never related to anything more. I don't think I've ever been more covetous than when I would get like a insane bag of Halloween candy. I was like a dragon on his treasure with that.
It's absolutely 100%.
Just laying all around
Yeah.
Be like this.
it. Small.
Yeah.
Yes.
But go trick or
snort of
treating, yeah, with the specific
Chocolate.
goal
Yeah.
of getting as much candy as you possibly could,
Yeah.
like running from house
Yeah.
to house.
My little brother would want something. I'd be like, a Chico stick for your trouble.
Yeah, yeah. What do we got here that's gross?
Yes.
Let's
Here's some
see.
Smarties for your ass.
Yeah, you have a smart.
Get outta here.
You can have a Dum Dum mystery flavor.
Enjoy. It's probably coconut.
That's right. I like coconut. AJ.
I'm sorry.
How about a Tootsie Roll? But not a little one of the big fat ones because they're gross. I like the little ones, not the big fat ones.
No.
What about the long?
That's what I'm
long
talking
ones?
about.
Oh yeah.
Oh, a big long fresh one.
I prefer the little, well, even the fat little ones, but like when they get to like where they look like they have like the separation spots.
Yeah, the little divots.
Yeah.
The little centipede.
Looks too much like
marks.
Hanky the Christmas Pooh.
Yeah, it does. Little segments.
Yeah.
Audio.
No, I mean I've been a long proponent of caramel cone Haagen-Dazs. If you're not going to get Black Cat ice cream, that is.
It's
But
not.
I've
It's
actually-
never. Black Cat ice cream is never open when I am like my brain is like ding. Go buy ice cream.
When you're fiending,
That's right.
when you
Close.
when you go down to Sweet Skid
Yeah.
Row.
That's right.
I know. I thought about like doing like putting Black Cat on like DoorDash or something and like charging like $18 a pint, something
People would pay
outrageous,
for
and
it.
just letting it just like come and get
Let it ride.
Yeah, they will.
Yeah.
Oh, they
They
would.
will.
They'll come to you.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, but I tried a new flavor of Haagen-Dazs called brown butter cookie,
Oh,
and that has surpassed all other Haagen-Dazs flavors
that's
thus far.
Don't talk to Alex about brown butter cookie, buddy.
Don't get me
He has
started.
the cookie dough.
That's
this
right.
is
Oh, this
cooked
was just cookie. I see. I see.
But it was by far the most delicious Haagen-Dazs I've had to date.
nice.
Little insider info.
Oh, here's a story. Oh, talk about a living nightmare, my friend. So after the kite flying and the spillway, we thought, well, how about we go to Black Cat ice cream? I can roll past my house and change the cat litter for the cats that still live there and feed the fish. So we did that. And then we went to Black Cat ice cream. James was working, had a nice conversation with James, but the little one had pooped in her pants.
Oh,
So we're like, oh dear, we're going to get this.
Her pants.
We're going to get this ice cream to go. And since James was so kind to us, the gal working the counter was like, you know what? This one's on us. And I was like, we're more than happy to pay. Just kidding. Don't tell Alex. See you later. Yeah. So we leave. Sarah's got her ice cream. Everly's got her ice cream. I put the baby in the car. Drive away. I get about half a quarter mile. And I look at Sarah and I go, did I leave my fucking ice cream nuggets on the top of the car?
Oh no.
And she goes, oh no. I was like, you know what? They're in that package. They're probably still good if we can turn around fast enough. So I'm on Cottage Grove and I do a, I turn around. We're driving up. There they are all over the goddamn road.
roadkill.
It's like, what a fucking
kill.
And I'm telling you, the degree to which I think Sarah could attest to this. I went from being like having a good time to
Top of the world.
don't fucking talk to me until we get home. Where I was like, I was so upset by it.
I'm upset
come
upset
the-
listening to it.
Oh, I couldn't believe how upset I was that I didn't get my little nuggies.
The nuggets specifically, because
Yeah.
they're just such a sweet little
Yeah,
treat.
with the fucking fudge sauce.
They're so fun.
I couldn't believe it that happened.
Wow. Then you saw the corpse,
The carnage.
yeah, of what
Yeah.
could have been.
And I did. I was like, they're probably still in the package, just on the.
Surprised you didn't jump in the street and you start eating them. Don't touch
Looking
my
up.
nuggets.
Yeah. Yeah. So that was.
get in the car.
Yeah.
Shut up.
So that was
That's hard.
quite disappointing. I got over it though.
I had a similar-ish situation today. I went to the gym, got home, and was like, I don't know where the fuck my wallet is.
Ooh.
So I'm like, okay. Well, I was just at the gym, so that's a fair guess. I looked in
Yeah.
the car first, didn't see it anywhere. Checked like around my driver's seat, in the little gap there. Couldn't find it. Get to the gym. I'm snooping around, and the very nice manager of the gym I go to, who's also, I think, like 8 months pregnant right now.
Oh.
She's like, let me help you. So then she's working hard, trying to find the wallet. I'm like, God damn. And at this point, we've checked everywhere. I'm like, okay, now I have to start planning my new life.
Yes.
Post wallet.
I hate that. I hate that
Where
feeling.
I'm like, I can't even get money out of the bank probably because I don't have an ID to
Yeah.
prove who
Yeah.
I am.
Yeah.
Not that there's a lot in there anyway, but
Right,
you know,
right.
still.
But if there's not, you definitely need it.
Correct.
yeah.
I need all $34 that's in that bank account right now. If I'm going to be out, so I'm planning this whole thing. I'm like, oh, but I did go to Fairway, so I'm looking around Fairway. The meat guys are looking at me like I'm nuts because I was already there. Then I'm, prowling, looking around, trying to find
This guy really wants meat.
looking behind macaroni boxes and stuff, trying to find this wallet. Opened the passenger side. It was like right there.
What a relief, though.
I know it was a great relief, but I was like, damn.
I think it was 2 years ago now, I left my fucking phone on top of my
We'll never forget that.
Oh, my God. What a miserable experience.
That's
that
almost
was.
as bad as the Nuggets.
Well, that's the thing I was thinking about how funny it was is that almost the same feeling washed over me, though. And I was like, you cannot feel as bad about Nuggets as you did about your phone. But that
Tears streaming
But
down
the
your
Nugget
face.
pain only lasted for like till we got home. And then I was over it. That 18-minute drive back to Urbandale, I was like, this is some real horse shit. But then I was done. But that phone, I was like, you got to be fucking kidding me. And then when you call and it goes straight to voicemail, you're like,
Yeah, that's when you know.
oh, boy. Well, it's been nice, phone. It fucking sucked. But it was kind of interesting to have 3 days without a phone and be like, it's kind of nice when no one can contact you. But at the same time, if you need to contact someone, you don't know anybody's fucking phone number. You don't have a phone book. You can't do anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was looking forward to post wallet life.
Yeah.
Where I was like, maybe I just won't get it again, you know?
Yeah.
I don't even
No
need an
ID.
ID.
Yeah.
What's a debit card for?
Now you need a real ID
off
to
the
fly.
grid. Yes, yeah. But off the grid,
As
AJ
of-
would have been a nice character development for
Yeah.
me, I think. That's what I need. My mental health needs is a full identity shifting moment.
Forced upon you.
Which I don't think is right.
No, most certainly not right. Well, we have more than done our time this evening,
yeah.
fellas. It's been a lot of fun. Shyla, you nailed it, as always. And she got herself a little fan, it sounds.
Yes.
A little fan.
Don't forget 1-900-NO-SLEEP, only $6 a minute.
Yeah. Not $6 an hour like our last.
Yeah, no.
That was a typo.
That's my number. Yeah. And I pay you. Just listen.
Like our stuff, subscribe, goes a long way. We're not too far from being able to monetize on YouTube now. Just need a few hundred more subscribers.
Wow. Hey, that's not bad.
We have
that's
220. We need 500, folks. That 220. I was actually thinking about it today. I was crunching the numbers. I was like, could I actually get 200 people? Do I even know 200 people? You know what I mean? So we can't rig this thing, folks. Those are 220 real people.
Hell yeah.
In probably bots in other countries.
I keep
really
thinking
subscribers.
now that I'm out of the comedy game, sort of, I might set up like told as a new half hour at a venue that he rented. And I'm like, who would show up to that?
And it's also at his daughter's birthday party. Kind of.
Yeah. It's clean.
Two
Yeah.
birds, one stone. Kind of.
Yeah. I'm like, who would come to this? I could probably
Live from Chuck E. Cheese, one night only.
I just pick up the bear and walk him to the back.
Yeah, you get on stage.
I take his microphone.
Yeah.
No one would stop you
Like,
there.
yeah.
I can
No, they
guarantee
wouldn't.
that much. Have you been there yet with the kids?
Yeah. It's fucking terrible, dude. And everything
too
is like
crazy?
worn down. It's
Like an old carnival.
buddy, it's that child casino is in rough shape. And everything. The pizza though, I was like,
You can still smoke
Not bad.
inside, though. That's
that's right. Yeah. In fact, they make you. It's the one rule.
you got to smoke.
You got to bring cigarettes in for the kids.
And the band.
Yeah. But yeah.
Yeah. But so, yeah, not far from monetization, folks. So help us out, subscribe and shit. Black Hat Ice Cream. You're going to love the way you eat.
Don't forget those nugs.
That's right.
Secure them.
Yes. Don't put them on the roof.
Don't do it.
I heard Alex is going to start selling little nug seats for the middle so you can buckle them in.
Yep. Secure them.
Yep.
Very cute.
Perfect. Little cup holder for the sauce.
Patreon.com/NoSleepDSM, a great way to support. If you like Shiloh's voice, if you do our Patreon, we'll have her talk more. Okay. So if you like Shiloh, all right, help us out. Yeah, you guys have any shows coming up?
Nope.
All right. The one gig I had got canceled. So
Whoa.
the Sunday sermon one.
Oh, I do have
what
one.
a bummer.
Oh, Alex has a gig.
I got booked again.
Oh.
Don't Tell Comedy.
Oh,
Are you serious?
Yeah, May
I thought you said you
17th.
were going to. Do you want to borrow my Don't Smell comedy shirt?
I might, yeah.
Alex,
Courtesy of
you're off the
downtown.
podcast.
I know.
a turncoat.
Some horse shit.
When's the?
It's like I'm losing my nuggets all over again.
What's the date on that? You remember?
I think the 17th.
All right, I think the 17th. You heard it here. Don't Tell Comedy. I think you can probably find it on the website. Yeah, I think that's just about everything, folks. You guys have anything left?
Sarah got a new car. That was pretty cool.
Nice.
And as of today, I was like, you know what? She traded in her old car for $0, basically. They were like, this isn't worth shit. We'll take it from you. I gave her like a little tiny bit. And then today I was like, holy shit. I would have given you that much money for your car. And she was like, oh my God. I was like, what the fuck is wrong with us? We're idiots.
It's the s'more maker all
Oh
over
my
again.
God, dude. It cost about the same amount of money.
Sold it for $80.
And I'm like, oh, I'm still hauling this infant in a fucking Fiat. I could have had a Jeep. Neither of us even considered that until today. She got the car on Friday.
Yeah.
It hadn't even crossed my mind.
Yeah.
Stick a quarter in your ass because you played yourself.
That's right, buddy. My God. Every time I move. Today I was like, trying to get the baby out. I got to take her through the driver's side. It's a whole thing. To put her on the passenger side of the back. And I have to open the car. I have to roll down the window of the driver's side to open the driver's side to put the baby through to the passenger side.
I want to witness that sometime.
It's more, I'm pretty good at it now, but it is like, I'm like maybe an Ultimate Fighter lady could do this, but Sarah could not get the baby out of my car.
Yeah.
It would be very difficult for her. I'm like, this is good. I could have had a Jeep.
Did you ever get a new door handle for the driver's side?
I did once, and then it quit working in about 8 days. And I was like, all right, back to the old ways, I guess. Looks like I picked the wall. Oh, never mind. Yeah.
Like a game of mousetrap you
Yeah.
have to play to get your kid in the car.
But there has been no engine problems
Little thing, ball
for
goes.
a couple years.
Cage comes down.
Yeah. And luckily, I put on the straps and carry it wherever I need to go when it breaks down.
Yeah. Should just put her on the front like a hood ornament.
Yeah.
Strap her in.
There you go.
There you go. She probably loved that.
If you would. Tire to the front. Perfect.
Well, once you put that top down, she'll see what it's all about.
Yeah, I've put the top down a couple times for Everly because she really wanted me to, but I'm like, please go back up. Please go back up.
Yeah.
Please go back
It's
up.
pretty dicey.
It sure is.
The motor's smoking.
Yeah.
It should be that high pitch.
It's like, starts on fire. Yeah.
Quick.
Starts on fire as it goes into the car and
Yes.
then closes.
Quick.
I get the baby out and I'm just
window.
like, finally. Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
We're really
Sorry.
ending it
There we
now,
go.
folks.
We're done.
All right. I've been AJ Simmons. Thank you very much for watching.
Ooh, and I've been told the Paul McGrain.
Oh.
And I've been the Ice Cream King of the Mo and Alex Carter.
Goodbye. Thanks, Shai.
Fucking AJ, Toll and Alex. They're fucking hilarious.
This is a certified hood classic.